before we even to get to the 2016 3-1 comeback, like in 2015 in the finals when Kyrie and Kevin was hurt, we went up 2-1 in that series in the finals. And, you know, the momentum of like feeling that feeling of being up 2-1 and 2 games away from winning a championship was like, oh shit.
I don't know what that's like.
You know? We can do this. Like you had that feeling like we can do this. And then we lose 3 straight.
Yeah.
You know, and in game 4, this is when Draymond started at the 5 and Iguodala started at the 4, and it changed the whole landscape of the game. They played with more pace, more speed. You know, they tied up 2-2, and like the momentum, we didn't have the ability to kind of change what we wanted to do, and they did. They had something in their back pocket that we didn't know that existed. You know, and just going down, you know, 3-1 and happening to win a game 5, you know, in Golden State, in Oracle. This is before the new arena, in Oracle, which is like a madhouse. You know, you feel like everybody's on top of you, you know. And, you know, I told the guys before we left, like I was like, listen, you know, we're gonna win game 5. Like I can feel it. We're gonna win game 5. I know you guys are upset about losing game 4 at home, but whatever you got, just bring it with you to Golden State. I promise you, if we get back to Cleveland for a game 6, there will be a game 7, and I'll take it from there. Like I just need y'all to lock in, whatever. I know y'all not gonna have much sleep. Y'all not gonna sleep after losing game 4 because we had our chances, and they took off on us in game 4. But once we won game 5 in Golden State, you know, you win a game like that on the road, you know how hard it is to win in San Antonio, you know, in the postseason. You know how hard it is to win in certain buildings, and that momentum, when you win in certain buildings in the postseason, you like, oh man.
Yeah, we broke through a new ceiling.
We broke through a new ceiling, and I think that's the momentum I felt, you know, when we won game 5, you know, in Oracle.
Did you, with Draymond out for game 5, did you guys feel a certain sense of opportunity? Or did you think Oracle's just tough to play?
No, we felt it was even going to be even tougher because role players play better at home.
Right.
We knew what Steph and Clay was going to bring, but we know, you know, Leandro Barbosa, you know, Mo Spates, Harrison Barnes.
And you know, Iggy has another level.
Iggy, you know, Iggy is like that Manu Ginobili where, oh yeah, he's made coming off the bench, but he's a starter.
Yeah. He's a closer.
Yeah, he's a closer. Okay, you bring him off the bench, but he can start on any team.
Sure.
You know, because of what he brings. So you know these guys are going to play better on the road. So it was like, we need to lock in even more because, you know, some guys just don't play. You know, road players sometimes get intimidated by road crowds. You know,
you guys went smaller there, though, in that series, didn't you?
Well, yeah, we went smaller. Yeah, we played a lot with me and RJ and Kyrie, Swish and Shump.
Yep.
You know, and Ordelli, you know, at times. Kev was great for us in game 5, but throughout the series, he wasn't always great.
Didn't always have the same impact. But I thought RJ had an important role that series.
He had a huge role.
As someone, I was consulting for the Warriors at the time.
Yeah.
I thought his energy, his will, you know, him running the floor, him crashing the offensive glass, his physicality, you know, I think it bridged the gap for you guys a lot at
Tristan
times.
was great for us.
Tristan, you know, and being able to guard different positions, offensive rebounds.
Catch the lob, catch it in the pocket. Yeah.
But that was a fascinating series. And it's so interesting to think, though, like, it felt like after game 3, you know, I know Draymond getting injured can also play a role in flipping the momentum. It felt like they were the better team.
Yeah.
And then you guys just spun that.
Yeah.
You know, how much did game 5, like you said, you felt like you went to a new level. Did that affect the way you played in game 7? Because you'd already beat them at home.
Yeah, we beat them at so we beat them at home in game 6, which was.
But I mean, you won game 5 in Oracle.
Yeah, in Oracle.
You go home and win. You come back in game 7. Did game 5 give you guys a ton of belief, or was it just its own entity?
I think my guys just what I told them before we boarded the plane to go to the Bay, going to game 5. once what happened in game 5 happened, my guys believed that what I was saying
can come true
was
now.
fucking coming true.
Right.
Y'all get me back to game 6, we'll come back here for game 7.
So it almost felt like destiny now to the guys.
Yeah, for sure.
We're meant to win this now.
Yeah, it was like nothing is stopping us. You know, and then, I mean, you know, there's clips out there, me in the locker room saying that they're messed up and things of that nature, and we got them, you know, like, I just felt like they were the better team. I just think it's the momentum wave. We hit a momentum pop, and shit, they couldn't. It's nothing they could do about it. It's nothing they could have did about it once we got to that point. The momentum swing in that one is being down 3-2, heading into a fourth quarter, at home. I literally told myself, if you don't make every play this quarter, we're going to lose. Offensively and defensively. We're going to lose. And
so not your normal self, you feel like you got to make a lot of plays. Now you're saying, I cannot make a mistake.
I cannot make a mistake. I have to be involved in every play, offensively, defensively, flying around, steals, blocks, making plays offensively, assists, putting the ball in the basket. That was just the mindset, like that momentum of myself. It wasn't even a team momentum. It was like, if you don't do it, this is the moment where you can't rely on anyone else. But what pissed me off, and I had a little bit of self-doubt, and also it pissed me off at the same time, is when the NBA personnel brought the yellow rope out on the court, and the game wasn't over yet.
Right.
There was a moment where I looked to their bench, and they were all like arms locked.
Getting ready to celebrate.
And there was a moment I looked at NBA personnel, and they was bringing the ropes out on our home court, and it pissed me off. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna happen, but we about to make this happen. I thought I was gonna be the one to make the shot. Ray Allen ended up doing it, but I took 2 of them.
Yeah.
You know, I took 2 to cut the lead at one point. I think, you know, if I rewatch it, I think they went to the line, missed a couple free throws or whatever, and allowed us to come back in. And, you know, obviously I missed the 3. Chris Bosh got the offensive rebound. We all know the play, and kicks it to Ray, and Ray makes the shot. I thought I would be the guy that, in my mind, I'm visioning that shit of me making that shot. I built myself up to that. But yeah, seeing those yellow ropes, you know, because my whole life it's like the game is not over until it's zeros on the clock, and it was just super disrespectful.